What's up, my fellow yarn bombers? My name is Michael and I'm the Crafty Crocheter. So if you're new to the channel or seeing my videos for the first time, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And for those of you who are loyal subscribers and or returning viewers, thank you for coming back, as I appreciate your patronage. So today I thought I would do something a little different. Since today is Tuesday, I thought I would do Tunisian Tuesdays, where I focus on Tunisian crochet because I am also learning Tunisian crochet as well, and I've mastered some of the basics, but I thought I would do like a Tunisian Tuesdays just to focus on the basics of Tunisian crochet and to move on to more intermediate and advanced stitching. And in today's video, I'm just going to show you how to work the Tunisian Simple Stitch. It's one of those fundamental stitches in Tunisian crocheting, and you see this a lot in interlock crocheting as well. So I thought I would show y'all. So let me know after seeing this video if this is something that would interest you. So without further ado, if you have not done so, grab your Tunisian crochet hook, grab some yarn, and let's get this party started. Now, to get started with Tunisian crochet, of course, you're going to need a couple of items. Of course, you're going to need a Tunisian crochet hook, and this is a size 5.0 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook, and this is from Susan Bates, which I bought at Joann Fabrics when Joann's was still around. And the yarn in this demonstration I'm using, this is Super Saver from Red Heart, and the colorway is Pale Yellow. And I chose this color because I thought it would show easier on the camera since I'm using a black background. So I'm going to get some yarn pulled out so I can get started. So now I'm just going to show y'all how to work the Tunisian Simple Stitch. So to get started, you're just going to work this like any other project. So you're going to create a slip knot, and however you choose to do the slip knot is up to you. It's whatever you prefer. Alright, so then once you get your slip knot done, you're just going to go ahead and create a chain with your Tunisian crochet hook like you would like with a standard crochet hook. So I'm just going to do 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I have my 10 chains, and the startup is slightly different from standard crochet because with Tunisian crochet, you don't skip any chains from the hook because, actually, yes, you do. My bad. You do. So this loop here will count as a stitch. So to start the Tunisian Simple Stitch, you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into the second chain from hook, and then you're just going to insert that in there, and then pull the yarn through. But do not do anything with this. And this will be your stitch number 2. And you're just going to then insert your hook into the next chain, and then pull through. It's 3. And you're going to do this until you get the same amount of loops as chains. So since I chained 10, I should have 10 loops on the hook. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this should be in the final chain. This should be number 10. And then you see how that is all formed. And now this resembles casting on and knitting. And I may have mentioned this in my previous Tunisian videos, but I thought I would do this like as a separate thing like I do with my Crochet 101 videos. So what we've done here is what's known as a forward pass, where you just loop your yarn through all of the chains in the row. So the next thing we're going to do is what's known as a return pass. So to complete the return pass for the Tunisian Simple Stitch, you're just going to yarn over and then just loop through the first loop, to yarn over, and then pull your yarn through just the first loop. And then for the remainder, you're going to yarn over and pull through the next 2. See? And then yarn over, then pull through the next 2. Yarn over, pull through the next 2. Yarn over, pull pull through the next 2, and you're going to keep doing that until you have 1 loop remaining on your hook. And at any time you're having a difficulty with the stitch, you can just rewind the video and then go to where you're having the most issues. So I just completed my return pass, and then you see how there's space in between the stitches for Tunisian crochet. So to start the next row, you're going to take your hook and then insert it through the front, behind the front post only, right here. And then you're just going to do like you did with your initial forward pass. Insert your hook into the front post only. That's 2. And insert into the front post only. That's 4. Insert behind the front post only. That's 5. And again, you're going to keep doing this until you get to the end. And now we're coming to the end of the row. So you have 2 options that you can do here. You can either go through both loops and complete that off, or you can just go through the last front post, and I'm going to go through the last front post. And then that's 10. And make sure you're counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And make sure you have the same amount of loops on your hook as you do for the amount of chains you've done. And then you're just basically repeating this until you get to the desired length you want. Well, the length is this way, so to the desired height you want. Again, to do your return pass, you're going to yarn over, go to the first loop only, and then after that you're going to yarn over and go to the next 2 loops, yarn over, go through the next 2 loops, and you're repeating this until you get to the very end of the row. And you kind of want to do it loosely here, because with this type of crochet, your bottom row tends to curl up a bit. And there are several ways to remedy this. They say there are ways you can just use a larger size hook, or you can do a row of single crochet stitches. But you got to be mindful that this is going to curl up a little bit as you work your rows. See, and that we just returned the return pass, and you're just going to do the same thing back and forth until you get to the desired height you want for the project. And again, if you have any issues with following along, or if you get stuck at a certain point in the instruction, feel free to rewind the video and go to the point where you're having difficulty and review it, so that way you have a better idea of how to work this stitch. Right, and that is how you work the Tunisian Simple Stitch. And again, if this is some type of video series that you are interested in, let me know and I'll be able to create more of these. But I just thought of this for a while now. It's Tunisian Tuesdays, since it's Tuesday. That had a catchy name, so. All right, so again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other.